Evening, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So it's evening and you can see the streak of sunlight. Today, it's Tuesday Treasures, but this is about 2 videos. So I'm going to do one today and then one for next week. So it's about making dangles, and I've been asked about how I make these dangles with the wire. And it is easy, but that's another video. What I want to do is I want to talk about these. And they're made with resin, glossy accents, and you can hear, because they've got glossy accents on and resin, and they make beautiful little dangles. So I hope you can see that. And it's not the greatest of lighting today. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Now, what I did was, I've done a sheet, and we've got 1-inch circles, we've got diamond rounded corners, we've got 1.5-inch circles, and we've got flags or banners. And I've put little pictures in them, and they'll cover winter, summer, autumn, you know, the grungy photographs and things. I have already printed one of these out and cut them out, and here they are. There's our banners. I've just not cut those out. I've got my resin, which is UV resin, and it's okay. These have been done with UV resin, and yeah, I've got a little bubble there, but never mind. And I've got my glossy accents somewhere. There we are. So it's Ranger glossy accents. I don't know whether anybody else does them, but here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, that's a little circle that got snuck in there, and they are punchable. So the circles are punched out with an inch punch and a 1.5-inch punch. These are cut out. So we'll do the little stamp one first, and what I usually do is I ink round it first. And there you can see it's inked round. And then the only thing with glossy accents is you have to leave it for at least 24 hours for it to set. I'm just going to put my little, and it's self-leveling, and I just go round. And I keep the nozzle in the accents, just so that it doesn't, because if you put it in and then blow, like press on it to put more in, you'll create bubbles. And I try and get it as near to the edge as possible. Now with the glossy accents, that will warp, so what I do is just a little bit there, that over there, and it will start to warp. And what I do is I keep pushing it down. Now we'll do the thistle. So if I want to do just a totally Scottish one, so I've inked around the edges, and I'm just going round. Now I'm going to get this accents out, and I have a UV light that I got from Temu. It's quite cheap. It's a nail one. It's a little tiny thing, just looks like a mouse for a computer. And I think what I might do is I might do another one as well. So I'm going to get my Mentos peanut little bits showing. So what I do is I go again with the UV resin, and don't work in bright sunlight. I've got my shades down. Don't work in the dark, obviously you won't be able to see, but it does cure with UV light, so any light in the room will start to cure it. And again, this is another one that if you keep your nozzle to what you're working on, otherwise you'll end up putting bubbles in it. So we'll do the thistle, and I just usually go around the edge and then just work my way in. Yeah, I've left a space there, so we'll just go back over it a little bit. And I'm trying to get as near to the edge as I can. Again, that's self-leveling as well to a point. And then we'll go over the pumpkin. Still see it's a pumpkin. And then put your lid on your accents, and then we'll just put that over. And while we put that over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of these. So yeah, that's taken, so we'll just put that up there. They have warped a little bit, but that's fine. But you can't you can't move them once they're like that. So I think we'll go for some banners. We'll have the my sponges shedding bits. I think we'll have that one. I think we'll have the hearts. Just put these up there. And the butterfly. Have that pumpkin. In fact, we'll have that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with resin. So I'm going to do the window first. So I'm just holding on to it. So I've got a bubble there. I'm just breaking it, because you don't want any bubbles in it. If you get bubbles, it doesn't really matter, unless you're a perfectionist, and then it does. You just lightly squeeze, go around the edges. And this resin looks kind of blue when it comes out, but it dries quite crystal clear. It's quite a nice resin. I'm not an expert on resin. My sister uses it. She does all the resin mugs and everything. I don't. Going over it, and we'll put that over there. Move these in. If you haven't got nails like me, use a pokey tool. Whoops, and don't do what I've just done twice. We've got a bit stuck in there. And at this point you can put glitter and things like that in. So what I'll do is I'll get some glitter. That's been stuck on there. Right, so this is Santoro, and I'm just going to try and sprinkle a tiny little bit over the butterfly into the resin, and then we'll put a tiny bit on the hearts and some on the dragonfly and some in the window, and there we are. And then we'll put this over, and that's come off so you can see. So that is now, you can't move that. So I'm glad I moved these down, but you can see the glitter. So the glitter in the window just looks like the glitter on the sea, and then we've got the glitter over the butterfly. We didn't put any glitter on that one. That's an old stamp. Oh. So it does stay soft for a while. But yeah, I've got fingerprints on it, so I'm not that bothered. And this is a lady from, like a Victorian lady with a peacock feather hat. And we'll just go around there. I'm not being too careful, I'm just... And then we'll get the UV resin out again. And we'll put that lid over it. And we'll put that on. We'll leave these ones to the side. Now I've got a robin, I've got LA zip code, I've got Paris, and I've got just right, I'm just going to bend these over a little bit. Can manipulate it a little bit. Oops, my finger stuck to it. I'll put that there. And then so I've got a little crackle stamp here, and it's got some crackles on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting it in the walnut stain, and I'm just lightly putting it on there. And we'll do some over the robin. So you don't have to you can add to these, you can colour them in. And there we are. And it's just something I got from Temu. That's the actual pattern. And we'll do it again. And we'll put that over there. Right, have a look at this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, and I'm using the smallest hole, the 1/8, and I'm just putting it under, and there we are, we have a hole. And I'm not going to put that one because it'll go on the thistle, so there we are. I'm doing a video. It's my husband coming to see who I'm talking to. He was on a call, so I'm just gonna bend that over a little bit. That's it. And bend that waxy bits in. So I think we'll have gold round that one, that one, that one. Not sure about that one, that one. That one will have blue round that one. Gold, have pink, gold, and I'm not sure about that one. So I've got, this is Cadence, and it's like a brassy, so we'll go with this. And that, all I'm using is, this came out of one of like a kid's paint pack, you know, where they've got the sponges, the sponge paints and stuff like that. So it looks a bit like a makeup sponge. As you can see, I've used it on here, and I'm not being too gentle with it. If it goes over the edge, it goes over the edge. It looks like it's they have like a little thing inside them, and it's like that one's worn off. So there, we've got gold on that. I've got another one here. So this might be a little bit stiffer. These kids painting packs are quite cheap. I usually get them when the grandkids are coming to do some crafting. Otherwise they want to use me good brushes. And if I get it too far over, I can just brush it back. And anywhere where the resin hasn't gone quite far to the end, this wax will pick up on the you know, the card that we've printed this, because it was cream card that I printed it out on, because I wanted it to have some substance. There we are. And I think we'll put the lid on that, and I'll go for one of the other golds. I've got a couple of golds here. I've got the pen art gold, and this is a different, this is a proper gold. And if you wanted, you could do some gold foiling and, you know, just sort of like go around it with a bit of glue. Oops, got my nail in that one. So we've got that, and I quite like this gold. This is like a gold. It's not a brassy gold. Or keep meaning to put some in another jar and mix it with the pink and make like a rose gold. I've never got round to it yet. And there's enough gold on this sponge. And there's a bit of the edge that's not picked up on. And so you can disguise, you know, your edges, the resin hasn't gone right to the edge with. You can use pen, alcohol pens, watermark pens, use anything. Whatever floats your boat. Sorry about that. That might be my little UV light. Knackered. Sorry, didn't mean to say that word. Alright, so we've got a brighter gold now. And this is the shimmer, the new gold. And not over keen on it. It's a bit too. I've got a little bag of rings here. Some little tools. Okay, so I think we'll go with the silver ones. There's a large silver one. Some of these are too small. We've got a gold one there, and a gold one. Got copper. And these I got from Globeland. They asked me to do some bits and pieces on video for them. So I've had these quite a while. Alright, so we'll see. Now I'm not a jewellery maker, definitely not. So I'm just popping that in there and then putting those two back together again. So there we are. And you can use bulb pins. I'm just opening that up. And that's not in the centre. It doesn't matter. I have a gold one in this one. If they don't fit in, I just manoeuvre them in. So that one's open too much, which is bad because what it does is it weakens the ring. Okay, so I'm going to use this copper one on the hearts, I think. There we are. We've got, oops, The gold ones seem to be closed for some reason. Okay. Doesn't really matter what colouring you put in, it's just that because I've got the colours to choose from. No, we've not put holes in them. So as I say, you don't have to put holes in them, you can use them as embellishments. And we'll put some holes in these. Oh, that's the big one. We don't want the big one. I'm actually going to see if I can pop one in with this. This is a fist because it's lost its rubber legs. Oh yeah, can't. So if you've got the Fiskars punches, and that's just supposed to flip that off. And it's a little bit bigger, so I'll stick with the crocodile. If you've got one of these that does the small, I like to have my big one in that hand. Okay, and we've got the LA zip code. Got gold one, a gold one, and a gold one. I'll just do the gold ones, I think. It's no good keeping them. I need to use them. I can always buy more. Whoop. I told you I wasn't a jewellery maker. I've dabbled. It's usually macrame and bracelets, beads on thread rather than wire. I've had a go at wire wrapping and I'm not that great at it. I don't think I've got the patience for it. I used to watch one girl on YouTube and I can't remember her name. Oh, see some of the things that she used to make. Oh, they were amazing. You know, wrapping round wire around stones and things. It's absolutely amazing. I just don't have the patience. Okay. I'm back, so my video cut off. I think the battery ran out before I'd actually finished. So some of these I've put on bulb pins to dangle, and some of them I've put a little charm on that one. I've put another little clip on the bottom of that one, and this is what we're going to be doing here. So I've got some of these it's just beads that I've threaded, collected over the years. I do these things and then put them in a bag and forget all about them. Well, do whatever I'm going to do. So put that in there. And this is a blue one. And then close this up. And I will speed. Some of this video has been speeded up, and it's just because if it goes on too long. So there you are. And that's got the heart charm on it, so that'll look quite nice. Dangling at the side of a journal. I will tend to use these smaller ones. Rather than the larger ones. So we've got another split ring. So all you do is you just open them up. You don't pull them apart. Weakens them. Pop your beads on. And there we are. And there we have one here. I think I've got enough to go around. You can put your beads on first if you want. And that one's not quite. Some of these ones that you get from Global Land aren't quite perfect. And again, it's like everything, you get what you pay for. I think when things are mass made. So if you wanted to put your beads on first, you would hold it like that. Pop that on. That's got a wee tail. I'm just manoeuvring that in. And as I say, you don't need to put grommets when you've used resin because it is quite hard. And there we are, that one's closed up perfectly. So again, open that up, put the dangle on, put that one in, and then close it back up. And there we are. And I will put bulb pins on them. Just I wanted to show you guys what you can do. Put that there. Where's my little dangle? Grab that. And just make sure you've got it. I'm not a jewellery maker by any means. I know the sort of like the rules of jewellery making, but it's not my thing. I like to make dangles and stuff like that. As I said, I make bracelets, you know, the wraparound bracelets that it's just all slightly macrame actually, with beads threaded through it. So anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you at the end. And then what I've got is I've got a lovely collection of dangles, and I've got enough to make some more. So that's up to my supplies. The same with my shrinky dinkies or shrinky plastic I've now got a nice supply of dangles, and you know, these will go with anything. They don't have to be you don't have to make them for the specific journal that you're making at the moment. You can keep these in your little drawers or boxes or whatever until you need them, and that's what I'll be doing. I've got them in that plastic bag, so I've got another plastic bag somewhere that I'll be putting these in, and I'll just pop them in a drawer. And it's the same that I keep, you know, I've got my labels in here and my art tiles. I keep them all in there so that I've got them in one place. This is quite a tower of bits and pieces, and it needs sorted out because it's got stuff in there that I'll never use. But I will get this sorted, like this one. That's from Springy Cards. This is all beads and tassels and stuff that I've made in the past. Chunky gems, bits of beads, bits of beads. So I think what we'll do is we'll put these in here, because I will use these beads, so we'll put these in here. And there we are. And then they're all ready and prepared so that I can sort through them when I need to. And I'll put my shrinky dinkies in there. We'll put my tassels in there. That can go in there and that can get thrown out. So there, and that's kind of how I organise my bits and pieces. These gems I think I'll give to the grandkids because some of them are a bit big. But we'll see. Anyway, I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye.